which was a loss of 7% of his original weight. Calculate his original weight. Now obviously his original weight, if we could call that, let's call it OW, that represents in this problem 100%. He's lost 12% and he's now 75. So as compared to this, if we call NW his new weight, he's now 12% lighter, which would be 88%. So what we can say is that this 75 kilos represents 85%. What we need to find, well, the question's asking what was the original weight, so if 88% is 75, what is 100%? The way to do that is so his original weight is equal to 75 divided by 88%, or divided by 0.88. To do that, I'll bring in the calculator. 75 divided by 0.88 equals 85.227. It doesn't say anything about decimal places or scientific notation. We'll just have that as 85. Actually, I'll put 0.2 kilos. Next question, find two possible solutions for x plus 2 all squared equals 10. The solution would be to, I'll just write the question out again. I've got a square here, get rid of that square, I'm going to square root both sides. And that should leave us with x plus 2 equals plus or minus the square root of 10. I then subtract 2 from both sides and I'm left with the solution x is equal to negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 10. If you want, you could write, don't have to for this, but solution 1 minus 2 plus root 10. You could say solution 2, or x2, is minus 2 minus root 10. There's really no need in this type of question to calculate those any further on a calculator. Calculate the square root of all of this divided by 4.29 squared to 3 decimal places. It's really just a calculator question. So we'll bring in the calculator. Clear our last solution. So we'll do all this at the top. I'm going to use the brackets here. 67.9 minus 7.12 times 0.6. Close the brackets. I'm going to raise that, because we're square rooting it, I'm going to raise that to the power of a half. Where's to the power of 0.5 equals, now we're going to divide that by 4.29 squareds equals 0.433, 3 decimal places, 0.433 is our answer. Pretty straightforward, that one. 0.433. Oops, what just happened there? Crazy. Equals 0.433, 3 decimal places. Next one. The average distance between the orbits of Earth and Mars is 78,341,212 kilometres. Write this in to 3 significant figures. Well, 3 significant figures would just be to use those. The 4 here won't round that 3 up, so pretty straightforward. 78,300,000 kilometres. Again, just confirming, I've used the 3 significant figures. These zeros need to be included as placeholders. Absolute value question. Do the absolute values first. So this would become, the absolute value of minus 2 is 2, so this would become 2 squared minus, this would become 1, and this would become 4. 2 squared is 4, so 4 take away 1 plus 4 should give you an answer of 7. 1 mark there. Always perform the absolute value first. And our last question in this part 2, I've got the cubed root of x to the power 4. Once that in index form, so that will be x to the power of 4 over 3. Remembering, just as an aside, if I had the cubed root of just x, that would be x to the power of 1/3. So whatever the power of the x here, in this case it's to the power of 1, that would be 1 over 3. Here I've got x to the 4th, that would be 4 over 3. And that one again is worth 1 mark. Give yourself a tick.